Can artificial intelligence really replace a $10,000 designer in 10 seconds? By mid 2026, the answer is a nuanced yes. The industry has undergone a massive shift. We aren't talking about replacing the human creative mind, but rather the total automation of the production cycle. AI has turned hours of manual labor into near instantaneous output, redefining what it means to build assets in the modern design era. We have successfully moved past the phase of experimental hype. Design in 2026 is no longer about manually pushing pixels. It is about industrial integration. AI tools now function as complete design systems rather than just simple generators. By integrating AI into a systematic workflow, we achieve consistency and scalability that manual processes can no longer match. Historically, a $10,000 design project was tied to hours of research, drafting, and cycles of revision. AI has effectively decoupled output from human labor. By turning complex asset creation into an algorithmic commodity, the cost shifts from human hours to computational efficiency. This marks the end of the manual era, focusing instead on system orchestration. Agentic design represents a fundamental shift in how we create. Instead of asking for a single response, we assign an AI agent a specific role. You provide the AI with a goal, like art director. The agent then researches brand guidelines and applies constraints independently. It iterates through layouts, ensuring every result stays within your specific brand constraints, essentially executing a professional workflow on its own. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in how we work with creative tools. Traditionally, designers operated in a prompt response loop. You provided a specific instruction, and the software executed that singular task. However, the new paradigm is agent goal. Instead of micromanaging steps, you define the high level objective. The AI agent understands this goal and autonomously executes the end to end task. From layout generation to vector ready file preparation, the agent handles the production, allowing you to focus on strategy. A major milestone in design technology is the rise of vector native AI. Traditional AI models often generated bitmap images composed of fixed pixels that lose quality when scaled. In contrast, vector native AI produces scalable, mathematically defined paths. These tools generate layered SVG or Adobe Illustrator files directly. This evolution effectively replaces many junior-level design tasks. Where designers once spent hours manually tracing paths or setting up layouts, AI now delivers production-ready vector assets in seconds. This shift allows creative professionals to move beyond basic production and focus on higher-level conceptual design. The zero-to-asset workflow has revolutionized design production. It begins with a project brief, fed directly into an agentic AI system. The AI agent immediately researches context, establishes the layout, and iterates through visual variations. It then automatically formats these designs for multiple ad placements, turning a complex process into a simple pipeline. Remarkably, this entire transformation from a simple text input to polished deployable assets happens in under 10 seconds. Routine tasks like image resizing, color correcting, and standard web layouts form the middle tier of agency work. Because these tasks were historically the primary source of agency billables, their automation has caused production costs to plummet by 65%. Human designers are incredible, but they face a physical limit. Creating thousands of unique ads manually is simply impossible for a person. With AI, we move from manual creation to algorithmic personalization. A single core design is fed into an engine that integrates real-time user data. The result is 10,000 unique variations, each perfectly matched to individual user profiles to maximize conversion rates. This level of hyper-personalization transforms generic marketing into high-performance, data-driven content that speaks directly to the user. Agencies now use AI to generate 500 design variants instantly. Instead of manual trial and error, the system explores the entire design space at scale. The AI tests these variants live against user metrics. It constantly optimizes performance without human intervention. By iterating based on real-time data, the system refines the creative output automatically. The designer never needs to reopen a source file, as the machine optimizes the vision for every specific audience segment. In the landscape of 2026, Fortune 500 companies are fundamentally restructuring their creative operations. The traditional large-scale agency model is being replaced by internal AI creative suites. This shift moves the production power from dozens of external staff to a lean, centralized system. A small team of just 2 specialized prompt architects now manages an automated engine that handles the output, which once required a full creative department. By bringing these AI suites in-house, companies achieve unprecedented speed, brand consistency, and operational control. The narrative of total job extinction is a misunderstanding. AI is not firing the designer. It is automating the manual, repetitive production tasks that have defined junior-level creative work for decades. As production costs collapse, the value of the creative mind shifts. We are moving from technicians who build to architects who orchestrate systems, strategy, and vision. Production costs for routine assets are hitting near zero, but the strategic value of the creative lead, the one directing the AI, has never been higher. The modern creative workflow is split into 2 distinct parts: production and strategy. Production tasks, once the primary work of designers, are now dominated by AI. This phase includes layout, resizing, and asset generation, tasks that AI executes with high speed and precision. However, the strategy phase remains fundamentally human. This is where we define psychological branding, creative direction, and the core purpose of a campaign. AI acts as the tireless engine, but human expertise acts as the catalyst, ensuring the final output resonates with human emotion and business goals. Traditionally, a designer's value was defined by software mastery. Hours were spent manually executing tools to bring concepts to life. Today, that value has shifted toward design orchestration. It is no longer just about moving pixels, but about directing systems. Success now means commanding complex agent systems. You define the business goals, and the system executes the production. The modern designer acts as an architect of strategy, orchestrating AI agents to scale creative impact. As generative tools turn high-quality digital assets into a cheap, abundant baseline, the creative landscape is shifting. In this era, human signature work, authentic, handcrafted branding, and deep, emotive conceptual design becomes a luxury asset. Because these works possess rare, emotive qualities that AI struggles to replicate authentically, their value rises in proportion to their scarcity. A 2026 industry report reveals a profound shift in professional design. Entry-level digital design tasks have migrated to automation. 72% of these tasks are now fully managed by AI agents. This transition is permanent, fundamentally reshaping the design labor market. Design economics have fundamentally shifted. We are moving away from billing by human hours towards measuring cost through compute usage. This transition is called cost decoupling. By leveraging AI, the reliance on intensive manual labor is replaced by scalable cloud processing. This decoupling allows businesses to exponentially increase their visual output volume while significantly reducing total operational overhead. Operational efficiency has reached new heights. Large retailers report a 90% reduction in time to market for seasonal campaigns using AI workflows. Speed is no longer the bottleneck. In the era of agentic design, the true constraint on performance is the quality of the strategy provided to the AI. Traditionally, design education focused on mastering tools like pens and computer mice to execute manual tasks. However, institutions are now pivoting towards design orchestration. Students are shifting from being tool operators to creative managers of AI agent ecosystems. By learning to prompt and govern complex AI models, designers orchestrate creative outputs, transforming raw compute into strategic business value. Creative agencies are undergoing a fundamental transformation. Historically, agencies were defined by headcount, relying on manual labor and linear communication chains. The future agency is no longer an agency of people, but an agency of systems. Success is now defined by the sophistication and efficiency of internal AI agent pipelines. By shifting from human-only workflows to orchestrated AI pipelines, agencies achieve a scale of production that human labor alone could never sustain. The professional design landscape has shifted. If your value was based on repetitive labor, you have been effectively replaced by automated systems. However, if your value is based on directing, curating, and strategizing complex creative systems, your role is now 100 times more powerful than it once was. The future belongs to the creative architect who orchestrates AI to achieve specific business goals. The 10-second designer is not a person, it is a capability. In the professional landscape of 2026, the value of creative work has undergone a fundamental transformation. To remain relevant, move beyond competing with the speed of generation. Instead, master the orchestration of these tools. You are no longer just an executor, but an architect of intent. Mastery lies in guidance, curation, and defining goals. The future belongs to those who orchestrate intelligence, turning raw algorithmic output into strategic human impact.